know you're somewhere.
Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today, Pisces, you guys got one bad spirit, be at home. Number 68, making a 5. I think that there's two messages I'm getting. One message here, Pisces, is that when you're being yourself and when you feel like you can be yourself with somebody, that's when you know you're in the right situation. Like, that's when you know that you're on the right path. When you feel like your inner child is happy, when you feel like your inner child is like comfortable, right? So a lot of the times we ignore that part of ourselves because I guess, you know, we're adults, right? So why the hell would we, maybe it seems a little trivial, right, to be listening to our inner child, but that's like the best way to tell if someone's for you or if someone's not for you, or if someone is good for you and someone's not good for you. I think it's that inner child that we're supposed to be listening to. But a lot of the times we don't, right? Because we think practically, earth signs, practically, we're using our minds, so we're using a lot of, thinking energy, and we're not necessarily listening to our inner child, right? That was funny. So yeah, I honestly think that that's a message for somebody here. Like with be at home and the inner child, it's more important to have the inner child feeling comfortable and being playful and feeling like you can have fun with someone and feeling like you can be yourself with someone, right? That's the most important part of a relationship. And that's not something that you should ignore, okay? Like, make sure, don't ignore that. Especially if you're going into dating, you're going into relationships, don't ignore that very pivotal part of the relationship. Can you be yourself with this person? Can you have fun with this person? Can you explore with this person, right? Like, look at the child running around catching butterflies with the dog, right? Like, can you do that with this person if that's what you wanted to do? Or would this person judge you, right? We don't want to be with people like that. Like, if you guys love to, I don't know, whatever you're passionate about, right? Because this is the Ace of Wands technically, right? So whatever you're passionate about, if you can't be passionate about it in front of this person, then you know it's not the right person for you, okay? That's like important. So that was the first thing that I was getting. And another thing that I was getting from this was, if you look at the cards, this is the Page of Swords. And I think there's someone that could be spying on you. There's someone that could be trying to figure out if they want to take this new beginning with you, okay? Because the Page of Swords, they're an interesting page. A lot of people call it, like in tarot, like the stalker card. The card of like someone like creeping and trying to see what's going on with you. And this is technically a 5, right? So if we're dealing with a 5 and someone kind of looking at you and seeing, kind of putting you to the test in a sense, like, I don't think they're testing you, but they're watching you, right? And they're kind of trying to see if you're maybe for them, if you're like the right person for them. That could be a situation that's going on as well. So we're going to pull more to see like what this is about, but if it could be that there is somebody spying on you, there is somebody watching you, there's somebody that's trying to get a real kind of grip on like who you are as a person, because I feel like this person might be wanting to make a home, might be wanting to start off, might be wanting, start off on something new, a brand new adventure with you, like, starting to date again, starting to move forward with their life. And I feel like they might just be observing you quietly. So even if someone is disappearing or if someone is kind of being silent in a sense, because I feel like a Page of Swords doesn't really give you a lot, right? Like a Page of Swords isn't like an emperor. They're not like, I feel like they're unsure. You know what I mean? A page is a page. I feel like this person could just be watching you. So again, if someone is watching you and trying to figure you out, be yourself. Be yourself. If they don't like it, they don't like it, and they're not for you, and that's fine. But I get the message that somebody could be watching you. So let's pull more on this, Pisces. Yeah, you see, I feel like Pisces, this advice might seem a little bit weird because I don't think this is how you would normally go about something. Like, I honestly think if you were going to go about a relationship, you would be very logical about it. And you would think about it in a way where it's what makes more sense and not necessarily like, how is it feeling to me, right? Like, how does it feel with this person? How does it feel Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like normally, this is how you would go about a relationship. But the reality with this read, what they're actually telling you is you'll be successful in this relationship, because there's something here about a relationship with union. You're going to get to this relationship if you go off, one, like this inner child energy, two, not necessarily overthinking things. So I think this is a very different type of energy. Again, Pisces, sometimes people say like Pisces, they don't think about things. They're just always in their emotions, and they're always feeling things out by like their emotions. They're not necessarily perceiving things correctly, because instead of thinking about things logically, you guys think about things with your emotions. But and like how it feels, and how you feel about the person, and you know, that love that you have for a person, and that can cloud your mind. But the thing about this is that it's different than the cup energy. It's different than the sword energy. It's more of a, I mean, I think they're coming out with Queen of Fire. It could be, yeah, it could be that they're coming out with Queen of Fire, because like that's the energy that they want you to be in. Which again, I think wand energy, think of wand versus, you know, cup. That's a very different energy for Pisces, I think. I think that has a lot to do with this inner child energy as well. I feel like their biggest advice, like in terms of what kind of energy is this wand energy, what kind of energy am I trying to like hone in on, trying to be successful with this, is the inner child. So it's funny because I actually have this archetype book, and I want to read a little bit about the inner child. So the inner child, or the eternal child, is joyful, playful, accepting of all, and believing in magic. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless, and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all the rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where the divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and the sky. We all want to sip from the well of the eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. I think what I liked most about reading this was going beyond what others say is possible. And and wanting to return to the land of the free. I really like that. But yeah, I think that's the energy that they're trying to say, like, is going to be this Queen of Wands, this inner child energy, this passionate energy. Like, you're not necessarily... Again, did you see how when I was reading it, there was nothing about like emotions in a sense? There wasn't really anything about thinking. It was all about, I feel like, it more of an impulsivity, more of like a gut reaction, more of just kind of going with the flow, and not necessarily worrying about somebody's feelings, not necessarily worrying about others, but and that could seem very selfish to Pisces, like, oh, I'm not worrying about anybody. But yeah, like, not necessarily worrying about anybody but yourself at this time. And again, not necessarily worrying about this person, not worrying about the offer that they have to bring, or they're going to bring to you, or what they think about you in a sense. Because I do feel like you do have someone looking at you. So yeah, we're going to pull more on this person, because they're not really coming up in this read. But you do end with the Ace of Wands here twice. And again, they do go really hard on the energy that they want you to be in. We have emotions in reverse and perception in reverse. So you see for the perception card, there's a huge sword here. And that's, again, an energy they don't want you to be in. And you see with emotions, they don't want you to be in that energy either. And what they're saying is, like, your intuition's on point. And if you can, I feel like this is good for just life in general. Like, if you can, like, work with this energy that you're being given right now, or the energy that they want you to work in, and create the new beginning that you're currently in, or you're about to start, then you will, I feel like life is going to be very different for you, Pisces, because I feel like the cup energy can be overwhelming too. I feel like the sword energy can stop you. Like, both of them can make you stagnant, and this energy will not keep you stagnant. So no matter what this other person is doing, no matter what is like the thought process of this other person, who cares? Like, I feel like they're saying, like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's all about you right now. And I feel like this person will fall in line in a sense if they're meant to be with you. And again, if they're not meant to be with you, then they won't, and you won't see them again. But again, I don't think that anyone could be like resisting you in this energy, to be honest, because you have the Empress with integrity. So I just feel like no one's going to be able to like say no to you in a sense. And I think it'll be really hard for somebody, especially when you're in this energy, to say no to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's pull more on this. I kind of want to get what's going on with the person that you're involved with and this union, because you have the divine here with the union. So I feel like something is being brought to you or something's being set up for you, Pisces. But at the same time, I feel like they're kind of saying like, I don't know. Again, I don't know if you know who's coming in or if you already met this person. Let's pull more. Okay, this reading took like such a weird freaking turn, and this might not be for all of you. I feel like we're going into someone else's storyline or something different here, because yeah, you'll see in a second why. So when I was trying to clarify union, I had another feminine come out, and I felt like that was really weird because I was expecting to get a masculine energy, and I feel like I have the Two of Swords with the Queen of Coins. So that means that somebody's trying to make a decision, and it could be that there is somebody here trying to decide between two people. And I feel like this is a storyline that I'm getting a lot this week. So I do feel like I'm going to do a read on my channel on Gumroad about people choosing right now between partners, because I do feel like for some reason, like, I don't know what's going on energetically. I know that we are in like, Venus is in Gemini right now. And Gemini does have to do with like the lovers. So that could just be why we keep getting like two feminines coming out in every read. But I do get that for somebody here, somebody could be trying to make a decision on you. Again, I did get that before. Like somebody was watching you, somebody was spying on you, somebody was trying to get to see who you were as a person. And maybe they're just comparing you to someone from the past. So maybe there is no third party or like nobody else here. But I do feel like whoever this person is that's trying to make this decision, that's like watching you, again, it's weird. There's a true pair coming up with the King and Queen of Pentacles. And there's a true pair coming up here between the King and Queen of Fire. So again, this could just, I actually feel like this is like a comparison of like who, a past person perhaps and a new person, right? So I don't know if you, I feel like obviously you're the new person. You're the person that they're trying to debate if they should like get together with. But you can see here with the Star in reverse and the Seven of Cups, this person is trying to make this decision. They're a little bit confused. And I feel like in the past, they haven't gotten what they wanted. So it's interesting because it's like, why are you comparing a new person to a past person if in the past you didn't know what you wanted? Not that you didn't know what you wanted, but you didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted in a past relationship. So it's like, why would you compare a new person to a past person if the past relationship failed? Like, it seems kind of stupid, right? If anything, you would want somebody that's nothing like the past person or not really the same, because if the past relationship failed, why the fuck would you want, you know, to redo that? So it's kind of dumb, but I do see somebody comparing. I do see somebody like thinking about what happened in the past with this Queen of Fire. Again, if it could be whatever sign, it doesn't necessarily matter. I just feel like the energy is somebody here is thinking about this past person and you and comparing you to. And that's why I feel like this 5 could literally be them. Like, they're the ones out of 5. They're the ones that are like confused at what to do. They're the ones in the challenge. They're the ones in the conflict. And they're the ones spying on you. And then the guidance to Pisces was like, just be in Queen energy, just be in Empress energy, just be in inner child energy, just chill. But now I'm kind of getting this energy could also be for the masculine who's trying to like get with Pisces. It's like, who is it that makes you feel most at home? Who is the one that you could be yourself with? Who is the one that you don't have to front with? So I feel like now this reading is changing, and I feel like I'm speaking to a masculine who has to make a decision here. And I don't even think this past person is around because we have 10 of Cups in reverse. So it's like this has already failed. This is something that didn't work out. So again, for whoever this masculine is, it's like, why are we taking so much time to decide on if you want to be with Pisces or not? And if like Pisces seems to be bringing this beautiful new energy in, right? This Ace of Wands energy, this new beginning energy. I feel like that's Pisces that's bringing it in. or the idea, like when you two are together, that things could be different, that things could be brand new. But you see somebody going back and forth, and someone thinking about it, and someone saying, well, I didn't get what I want in the past, so now I'm confused. How the fuck are you confused? If you're somebody that's trying to get with Pisces, it doesn't make sense to be confused, because this energy that Pisces is bringing is different. It's new. I think Pisces, if anything, they're looking at you as the Queen of Coins and the Queen of Cups. Someone who's like totally different, right, than like Queen of Wands energy, someone who's more stable, someone who's more emotional, someone who like gives all this emotion out, right? And maybe that's a beautiful part that you have, right? Like that you're very stable, that you're someone who gives a lot of care, and that you give your cup fully, and you don't expect a lot in return, and you might get a lot from this person, but you're not giving because you expect a lot. You know what I mean? You're not giving. It's like someone who gives a gift, and it's like, I only giving you a gift because I want you to give me one bigger in return. Like, that's not Pisces. Pisces is like, I'm going to give from my heart because my cup is full and I care, right? And I'm not expecting anything in return. But I think this person is like not toxic. I feel like they will give you a lot back in return. But again, you're the type of person that's not expecting it. I think as this person is trying to make this decision, the advice to you, Pisces, is to just stay cool, stay in Empress mode, stay with your integrity, and above all else, like, I feel like they're saying, like, go have fun. Like, I feel like it's the opposite energy. Like, I feel like you're stressed out if somebody's trying to choose between you and somebody else, or someone's comparing you to someone else. I don't feel like it's choosing, it's comparing. I feel like that's the word, comparing. Like, someone is comparing you to a past person, and it's just really dumb because, like, this didn't work out with the past person. So, I don't see anything similar between you and a past person's energy, but I see that's what it's like this person has no one else to compare you to. So, like, oh, let me just compare you to my ex. And it's so stupid because I feel like, it's like day and night. That's what I'm getting. It's like, it's day and night here. But yeah, if that is your storyline and someone is like trying to compare you, yeah, because we have 3 of coins, which is why I started to think like, okay, are they comparing Pisces to somebody? They're saying that you're going to have victory. So not to like stress this out, not to worry about it. Worst case scenario, this person does just get stuck and stay like wherever they are, but it doesn't really matter, they're saying, because you have this brand new beautiful beginning coming for you anyway. It's just interesting to me that this person is taking this route. I think the advice could be for them, like, go for someone that you feel more most comfortable with. Go with someone that you can be a child with. Go with someone that you can have fun with. Go with somebody that that like lights up your day and it doesn't like exhaust you. You know what I mean? And I feel like Pisces, you are the Empress. I feel like you could be all these queens combined. And right now they want you to be in like Queen of Wands energy, which is like just having fun, not getting stressed out about what's going on with this masculine, just enjoying your life and showing this person that, like, life can be fun, life can be really bright, life can be so many things. It doesn't have to be this stressful. It doesn't have to be, you're putting in a lot of work, you're not getting anything in return. Because obviously with you, Pisces, everything that they give you, you're going to multiply it. If they don't know that, like, they're dumb. But I feel like they definitely know that. So I just don't get here, what the hell? Why is there a comparison? I don't get it. You see, like, someone is in a 9 of Swords. So someone is stressed the fuck out. So this reading could literally be just as simple as, like, someone is trying to figure out, like, where they are most at home. And they're, like, between maybe a past person and you, Pisces. And again, it doesn't seem really smart to me, to be honest, because I feel like when it comes to past energy, sometimes it's best to leave it behind. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I feel like, obviously, I think you're the better choice here. I just do. But I think this is something that they'd have to see for themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? I just want to put more about what's going on with them, because I don't know. Yeah, you see, I feel like this person, they're used to compromising. Like, look at the energy they're starting off with, politics and compromise. I feel like they're used to living a certain type of way. And I feel like even with this ex-person that they were with, I feel like they couldn't be their inner child. Like, they couldn't be free. They couldn't, they couldn't have fun. Like, I just feel like this person, this past relationship that they're comparing you to a lot, I think with this person, with politics coming up, you see how there's someone like wearing a mask. and there's a snake here, and then compromise is like, I feel like they didn't get what they necessarily, all the things that they wanted with this person. Like, you know, when you're with a karmic, or you know when you're with someone that like isn't the right person for you, and you feel like energetically after you leave them, you're like exhausted, and everything that you do is kind of like a struggle. Like, things shouldn't be this hard. Like, you know, like you're just trying to get dinner with this person and you guys end up arguing, or you're just trying to like go to a park with this person and things just end up kind of badly. I feel like that's kind of the deal with their past person. I feel like they were always compromising, and I feel like they always, honestly, I kind of feel like they were dealing with a snake, to be honest. Someone who wore a mask, somebody who, again, I'm getting someone who's this, like, they're toxic. Like, you go out to eat with this person, and then they start a fight with you, and then you're eating, like, really angrily in the restaurant, and then after the restaurant, they, like, kind of put moves on you, and then you guys start making out, and, like, it seems like that's, like, the normal with this relationship. Like, it's toxic, right? Like, this person might, like to fight, and then like make up in that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the only time these people probably like have sex or like have relationships with relations with one another is when they're like mad at each other, or it's like very on and off, on and off, on and off. And I feel like this masculine's always been used to compromising. Like, I guess this is what normal is. I guess this is how it's supposed to be. And I feel like their normal is so fucked up. I'm sorry. Their normal is so fucked up that I think, again, when they compare you to this past person, they don't know what to do with it. Like, they just don't know what to do, because their normal is just not normal. You know what I'm saying? And then I think Pisces, you bring in a lot of this cup energy. You bring a lot of this stability. And you also know how to have fun. You also know how to be in Queen of Wands energy. So it's like you bring a lot to the table, and this person just doesn't, I don't think it's normal for them. Like, I just don't think that they're like, they're not used to it. So you see here with creator and ripeness, I feel like this is the energy that you're bringing to the table. Like, you're someone that's making them feel like they can have anything they want in their life. And like wow, the energy with ripeness is everything's, you know, it's kind of like reminding me of a garden. Like, you walk into a garden and you see all these flowers in bloom, and like there's these bees everywhere, and it's just like nirvana, right? It's like heaven. And I feel like that's the energy that you bring to the table. So I feel like this person right now, this is what's kind of frustrating to me. It's like, what the hell are we doing with this comparison? Like, there is no comparison. There's no comparison here. Like, there is none. And I just don't get why this person is sitting in a 7 of Cups and a 9 of Swords. Like, why are we here then? Why are we here if there is no comparison? There is no comparison. That's what I'm getting. So Pisces, I think that's why it's like advice to both of you. For you, it's like, just be in this childlike energy and keep doing you, because if this person doesn't choose you, it's because it's a sad day, honestly, because they honestly don't know that life could be better, and they're getting glimpses of it with you, and still they can't choose you because, you know, I just get, like, if they can't choose you and it's something that they can't do for themselves, then you don't want them anyway. Trust me, you wouldn't want somebody like that. And it's a sad day for this person if they didn't choose you, because they're gonna be living like in this really toxic shit. Again, there's literally no comparison. No comparison. You see guidance here. The divine is trying so hard to guide them. There's an angel here trying to guide them. There could be someone who has passed away. This could be someone who, you know, like their guardian angel. There's someone here trying to guide this person in the right direction. But I think this person, it's just so hard for them. I feel so bad for this person. I'm sorry. I like that Judgment is coming up at the bottom of the deck, because like maybe this person will see the light one day. But the reality here is like there is no comparison, Pisces. So like you don't have to feel bad. I really hope that this person does choose you. If this is kind of you, and this is your story, like I kind of feel like they will choose you. But I feel like some people are just used to toxic shit. Like that's just the reality here. Sometimes you don't choose better for yourself. And if this excuse for this person is like, oh, well, I've known this person longer, or me and this person have been, you know, it's like, oh, you've known this toxic person for so long, you've been doing this toxic game for so long, and you can't get out of it. Like, that's really sad. You know what I'm saying? That's actually really sad. So again, I feel like you're going to go on regardless. Regardless of what happens, you're going on. But I do feel like you make this person happy. Like their inner child feels safe with you. And that's why I feel like, I don't feel like that's a feeling they've ever known, like to be safe with someone. I want to pull on this feminine that's like toxic as shit. I'm sorry. And then I want to pull on you, and then we'll give you guys advice. Okay, so you can see with this past person, there's been a lot of postponement. There's been a lot of, like, you can see here that although the atmosphere is like bright and beautiful, this person, I feel like they make everything dreary. They make everything like kind of shitty for this person. I don't think this past person is a bad person. I just think that, like, sometimes relationships with people don't work, and we stay in them because we're used to them. We stay in them because, you know, we have love for a person, but it's toxic at the end of the day. Toxic is toxic, right? And then control is here. So this person's very controlling. That's what I was saying. They're very controlling. They're someone who, like, they're the ones that dictate the energy of the relationship. And with consciousness, I don't feel like they're like a fully conscious person. I feel like they're very aware that they can control this masculine energy. They're very aware that, like, this is the type of person that can, like, come in. I told you it was on and off, like, in and out. This person can come in and leave for a year and then come back a year later and just know that this person, they're gonna, like, you know, make this masculine, their bitch, basically. I'm sorry to say it like that, but, like, basically that's what it is. Like, I can come in and out whenever the fuck I want, and I have the control in this relationship. So that's what they've been dealing with. And then you see here, we have Pisces here. Look at the energy you bring. Harmony. You bring harmony. You have past lives. You and this person have definitely had a past life with each other. You bring change to this person's life. You, like, turn the wheel for this person. And with exhaustion, I feel like this is your person. Literally exhausted. Literally, like, this is them looking at you like, I'm exhausted, I don't know what to do. And it's sad. It's sad. This reading's actually kind of sad because I feel like just really bad for this person. They get manipulated so easily because of a past person. And unfortunately, I think they're comparing you to this past person, and it's so dumb. You see here at the bottom, we have nothingness with the Lovers and the Fool. Yeah, like, if they were to make this decision and go off on the new start and maybe tell, you know, this past person, like, I'm just going to be friends with you, but I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah, exactly. Make this other person an outsider. That's exactly what they have to do with this past person. You see how there's a chain keeping somebody from coming in? That's exactly what they have to do. They have to put up this barrier against this past person. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that. Exactly. They have to isolate this past person. They have to put them outside, and then they can celebrate. But what's unfortunate is, like, they always let this past person come back in. They always let this person have the control. They postpone their life for this person. And it's just, honestly, it's making me really sad. Because they're being taken advantage of. And I just think it's sad. It's sad. Okay, so let's see what this person chooses. Which is going to be hard because I don't feel like they've even made a decision right now. Like, I don't think they've made a decision, but let's see what they choose. Yeah, see, like, they're not moving right now until they get clear on something. But again, it's like, even once they get out of hermit mode and they feel like they've decided on something or they've come closer to a decision, they get confused all over again. I don't like this energy at all. I feel like they're telling this person to stop protecting this past person. This is what we have to do, right? Like, when we're dealing with past people that come into our lives that we've known for a long time, and I think Pisces, you know too well, like, this energy. When you're dealing with someone from the past that you've known for a long time, I think you know how easy it could be to, like, give this person, make excuses for this person and say, like, oh, well, they're like this because of this, and, you know, be really empathic and be like, oh, like, you know, they're just a little fucked up because their mom or their dad or they went through this, and you know, it's like, you can be so empathetic and feel so, like, connected to a person, and they're saying, like, let that shit go. Find balance here. And I feel like a way for them to find balance is to rest. I feel like they're not resting right now. I feel like they're not recharging. So right now things can be even more confusing. If they were to rest and just take a break and take a little bit of honestly, be isolated for a little bit and not be around either person and just kind of rest, I feel like this would be a lot easier. Anything else with Temperance? Yeah, it's like it would help them get out of their own head. I feel like, again, it's coming up like they have to end the cycle with this toxic person. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just someone who manipulates them, comes in and out of their life. It's sad. It's very sad. Are they going to see that this is like, what's going to end up happening here? What's going to end up happening here between them and the toxic person? Them and the toxic person, what's the deal? Them and the toxic person, what's the ending for them and the toxic person? What's going to happen between them and the toxic person? I don't know, Pisces. I'm going to be really honest. I don't want to tell you like a lie. Like this could go either way. This new beginning. This new beginning they could either go back this way or they can go forward with you. Obviously, if they chose the past person, they're going to be living a life of like Seven of Swords, like getting stabbed in the back over and over and again, not feeling safe, not feeling like comfortable, just, you know, letting someone else dictate their life. And we all know people like that who just allow people to, you know, and it's sad because I feel like this masculine could be like a really good person. And that's why they make all these excuses for, you know, this toxic person. And I'm getting for you guys, Pisces, they feel like they're blocked off from you because you're the Empress, and like I don't feel like energetically they want to like make your life difficult. They could be like kind of taking a step away from you. But you see, like they're avoiding a tower moment, and the tower moment is like obviously that they have to let this person go. And also they could be avoiding the fact that you might be on your way out as well, and they might lose both. You know, I don't think they'll ever lose this toxic person because I think this toxic person could be like an energy vampire, but they could lose you. They could lose you. That's the reality. I feel like they might try to give you a little bit right now because they're a little confused at what to do. So they might show you a little bit of love, but in reality, it's like you have to either like, it's like shit or get off the pot, right? Like you have to either like choose the past person or choose you, but it's like, you know, it's going to be time to make a decision. Lovers in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. So they have to make a decision. For a lot of you, I feel like they might choose the past person because Sun is in reverse. If they do choose the past person, Pisces, what am I going to say? Like, that obviously is the dumbest thing ever, but the reality here is like when we're used to people and we deal with these toxic people for such a long time, you guys, I feel like you guys all know, like, you've all probably dealt with someone toxic that you went in and out of a cycle with, and you kept trying with them and trying with them and trying with them, and you could, and then that kind of reminds me of a karmic relationship, right? When you try and you try and you try and it doesn't work out, and you have to choose yourself at the end of the day. If this person doesn't choose themselves, they're not going to choose you, and they're going to go to this toxic shit. So again, at the end of the day, I don't know what they're going to decide. I see at the end they will make a decision. I don't like that the Sun's underneath this because it kind of tells me that they might choose this past person. And I'm sorry for that. I feel like you might be here to show them something different with past life connection. You might be here to try to get them out of this toxic shit. But again, everyone has free will. Everyone has the choice to decide what they want in their life. If they don't choose you, they don't choose you, and you'll find something better. It's just really sad for them. I honestly feel really bad for them, but what are you going to do? Let's pull some advice, Pisces. Again, I think you were put in their path right now to show them something better. But the reality here is like they can only choose it for themselves. Like you cannot grab them and steal them away, you know what I mean? And take their phone and block this past person and be like, I'm never letting you. Like you can't do that. They have to see it for themselves, and I don't know when that will be. But yeah, you definitely came into their life to like wake them the fuck up. Are they noticing that? Ugh. I don't know. Let's pull advice. So you guys have Akalanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. I honestly feel like this person, they need to fall apart. They need to grieve. They need to finish this cycle out. And I think sometimes we hold on to somebody because I think letting somebody go could mean a lot of sadness, like crying, you know, like because it will never work between me and this person, and that sucks, you know what I mean? But it will never work, and I care about them so much, but the reality is they're toxic and they're a piece of shit. So the reality is I cannot be with them, and that means I have to grieve. That means I have to fall apart. That means that I have to be, you know, like basically shatter, you know what I mean? And I think that's how I think this person could have been a little bit broken when you met them. If you've met them, I feel like you have, and I feel like they meet you and you bring all this life and like light and life and beauty into their world, but because they're broken, because they're, you know, they're in pieces, I think it's just hard for them. Like there's something about having to like kind of put themselves back together here, and I feel like you're a part of that mission to put them back together. But I think to rebuild something, you have to like completely fall apart. And I feel like this person probably already fell apart. And now you see like this past person like picking at the carcass of them. I feel like they're like a vulture, honestly. Like they're just somebody who just like, they don't give a fuck. Like they don't care. They do not care at all. And while you're trying to help this person rebuild their life and help them, and you're showing them all this beauty, they have a vulture here just picking at them. So it's like, how are you going to get better if you have somebody picking at your like carcass? You know what I mean? How are you going to rebuild yourself if you have someone breaking you every 5 seconds and shattering you again and again and again? It just makes no sense, right? It seems like it's useless. And that's what I'm trying to say, Pisces. Like, it will be very useless for you, and you can do little good for this person if they are literally in pieces and you're trying to rebuild them, and you have somebody like pulling them apart at the same time. Like it just doesn't make any sense, right? So again, there's nothing that I feel like you can do in terms of like, you're already the light, you've already made them feel like their inner child can be safe. You've already given them a lot of love. You've already shown them the way, and it's up to them to kind of, you know, continue on that path. I mean, I feel like someone here like needs an actual miracle. Like this person needs to see the reality, and that's difficult. And then you have the comic, and I like the fact that this came out because it says it's hilarious, ingenious, spirited, easygoing. And I feel like this is advice to you guys, that you can see the situation from afar, but don't be swept into the drama. Like that's, I feel like, the biggest advice for you. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life. So thus, within this comic, there's usually the sage or the magician working healing magic upon an audience who will lend an ear. You see, the comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world. I think they're trying to say, like, don't get swept up in this person's drama. And if you're wondering, like, oh, what did I do? Or, like, why is this person disappearing? It had nothing to do with you. It literally has all to do with, like, the fact that I literally can't stop picturing it. Like, somebody here's in pieces. You're here trying to rebuild them, and then they have this, like, vulture picking at them. So it's like, as you're rebuilding them, the vulture's there picking them apart. Very, very, very difficult to rebuild somebody who's, like, literally has a vulture on them. But they're letting you know, like, don't be swept up in this person's drama. Like, again, don't let this person affect your energy negatively. I think you definitely were put on their path for a reason, and it's up to this person. I personally don't know what they're going to decide. They could try a new beginning with you, or they might choose to start a new beginning with this other person again and again. It's so painful for me to think that. But don't get swept up in the drama. I really feel like right now this is up in the air. Like, there's no decision that's been made because this person has not decided. So maybe I'll get a read on it next week, but I can't tell what this person's going to do. Like, I really can't. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.